That's Ben Spencer ahead of today's 3:15 kickoff. You're listening to BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Radio Somerset, and a welcome to our colleagues at BBC 5 Live Sports Extra. It's Bath Rugby against Ulster in the Champions Cup. And alongside Martin Haag in the commentary box is Andrew Sheridan.
Yes, welcome to the recreation ground as the fans have fought their way through the Christmas markets in Bath, in the city just behind us, to filling up the seats here at the rec. Not quite full to capacity yet as we wait the arrival of the two sides. This is a Pool 2 match, the first round of Pool 2. There are 6 sides in 4 pools in this competition, and you only play 4 of the teams in the pool. You don't play any team from your same country. So the teams in this pool are Bath, Ulster, Racing 92, Toulouse, Cardiff and Harlequins. Bath play at home to Ulster. This is the first round, away to Cardiff next week, and then in January they're at home to Racing and away to Toulouse. They say in Europe that you've got to win your home games to have a prospect of progression. Slightly different format this year, but Martin Haag alongside me. There's been so many false dawns from a Bath perspective in recent seasons in Europe. Ulster, no mugs in Europe either. The Irish provinces always perform when it comes to Europe. How do you see this one evolving?
I think this one's going to be pretty tight. I can see it being a quite a high-scoring game as well. And you're right. I think, the United Rugby Championship is a really good tournament, and teams sort of peak towards the end of that. And also haven't had a great start, but when you come to Champions Cup, they're always in the knockout stages, so that for them is a real big bonus. That's the thing that they'll be going for. So this will be a big test for Bath. It'll be a different style of play, different people that they really know about, because they don't play against week in, week out. So it'll be really interesting to see the first sort of 20 minutes and who can get control of this game.
It will indeed, and form, of course, league form won't necessarily play a part, but for what it's worth, Bath come into this fixture having played 8 rounds in the Gallagher Premiership. They're joint top with Sale Sharks, having won 5 and lost 3 on 27 points. Ulster, they've played 7 matches in the United Rugby Championship. 7 rounds have gone. They've won 4. They lost 3, including at home to Edinburgh last week. They have 20 points. But as I say, I think club form goes out of the window here. Let me give you the lineups as we wait for the teams to come out here. Bath, they go with Matt Gallagher at fullback, Joe Singer and Will Muir their wingers, Ollie Lawrence and Cameron Redprath making his 50th appearance for Bath. Their midfield, Ben Spencer the skipper and Finn Russell are Bath's halfbacks. Bath's front rowers, Benno Abano, Tom Denham, Will Stewart, Elliot Stuke and 150th cap man Charlie Yules, the engine room for Bath. And their back row this afternoon, Miles Reid, Sam Underhill and Alfie Barbary. Their bench, Neil Annett, Juan Schumann, Thomas de Toit, JG Van Velzer, Jaka Kutzia, Louis Schroeder, Orlando Bailey and Will Butt. For the Ulstermen, it will be Stuart Moore at fullback, Rob Balakoon and Jacob Stockdale their wingers, James Holm and Stuart McCloskey their midfield, Nathan Doak and Billy Burns, of course, born here in Bath, his brother Freddie, of course, 2 great rugby players, the half-backs for Ulster this afternoon. Stephen Kitsoff joining Ulster after winning the World Cup for the 2nd successive World Cup in South African colours, starts at loosehead for the Ulstermen. Tom Stewart at hooker, Tom O'Toole at tight head, Alan O'Connor and the monster man Ian Henderson, what a player he is, and the Irish international side skippering the Ulstermen today. And the back row, Dave Ewers, formerly of Exeter Chiefs, Nick Timoney and James McNabney, as Bath come out led by Charlie Yules on his 150th appearance. Not sure about the mullet haircut, don't think it suits him, but who am I to say? I'll let you tell him that, Hargy, because you played in his former position as the fireworks go up here. Bath in their European strip of all red, a first time in all red for Bath, and Ulster, they're in their European strip. It's all for the marketeers and the sponsors, isn't it, of gold shirts and black shorts, so they ought to be easy to tell apart. All French officials this afternoon. Pierre Brissot, the man in the middle, supported by Huquet and Brally, and the TMO is Grenouillet. So it will be The referee in his white shirt, black shorts, Bath in their all red strip, and Bath will be kicking towards the clubhouse end of the ground, the Thatcher stand as it is. So as we look out with the River Avon behind us, Bath will be kicking from right to left, and it'll be their Scottish and British Lion international Finn Russell. I'm sure he's hoping for a win here, and 2 wins really if he could get a win away in Cardiff, and then he'd be in his pomp facing his former teammates Racing 92 visitors here in round 3 in January. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Martin. The crowd's starting to get, there's always something special about European competition, and the referee just waiting for the nod from the television directors and producers before he will blow his whistle here. Just that extra bit of weight as the last minute merchants take their seats, beers and ciders in hand, trying not to spill them as they pass our commentary position. And Finn Russell still sharing a smile and a joke with, and here we go, the countdown, and the referee blows his whistle, and Finn Russell gets us underway, and it's Ulster who want to get a clean exit from their 22 and their scrum half, and Nathan Doak just feeds that back to the forwards, just trying to get up to that 22 there, and then make the caterpillar to make it easier for the scrum half to get this ball away. The scrum half now, Noak gets it away, and that is a good touch finder, and it'll be a first line out to Bath, just a couple of metres inside their half. Martin.
Yeah, good start from Bath. Good long kick, put a little bit of pressure on Ulster, but teams practice this caterpillar and the boxing out from their own exits, from their own 22 quite a lot. So really great kick from the scrum half, but Bath have an attacking line out.
So Tom Dunn then from Chippenham and Wiltshire throws that one in. Spencer, the skipper, into the midfield there, taken on there by Alfie Barbary, getting back to the sort of player we knew he was, and great carrier when he was at Wasps before. Of course, they unfortunately went out of business, and of course he suffered a lot from injury, as Joe Thokanasinger shows his power as well, and carried on there by Reed. It's a good start from Bath. Spencer to Russell, flicks it up to Beno Urbano. He's tackled 30 metres out. Spencer, Russell goes out behind to Cameron Redpath. Nice little pass there to the fullback, but that was well read by Ulster. Good defence, good flat defences. Reed carries it. Good workhorse is Reed, isn't he? Mars Reed, Bath's blindside flanker. One of those underrated players as Barbary again looks to carry and get over the advantage line. Good start from Bath. Elliot Stooke pops it up to Will Stewart. England's tight head prop, was one of the England squad at the recent World Cup. Got the nod to start today ahead of, and that one I think did go forward. It didn't go to ground, but the referee is absolutely right. Pierre Brousseau just went forward in contact there. Ben Spencer just asking, but I think the referee absolutely right. First scrum of the match, and it will be to the Ulstermen in their gold shirts, black shorts. Martin, first scrummage always important. Can't wait to see Kitsoff, the South African with his ginger hair, up against Will Stewart.
Good position for Bath as well to put some pressure on just outside the Ulster 22, but we saw what we wanted to see, which was off the top line out, great drills into Alfie Barbary on that last one, and it took 3 or 4 people to get him down. They were hanging off him.
They were, and he's getting stronger and stronger as each game goes on. He's been very unfortunate in his relatively short career with some horrific injuries. He has massive strapping, doesn't he, on his right leg, but that was some good early carries. So it's the 9 for Ulster, Nathan Doak, who's going to feed this first scrummage. Kits off there at loose head, anchoring that well. Now it's moved into the Ulster midfield by the big number 12 there. That's Stuart McCloskey. Powerful player, experienced player, and that's good defensive work there by Bath, forcing Ulster to go back, but it's picked up there by Dave Ewers. Funny seeing Ewers in an Ulster shirt and not in an Exeter Chiefs shirt. He would have been pleased with the Chiefs result, winning with a last gasp penalty kick from Henry Slade, 1918 in the 1 o'clock kickoff match in Toulon, down on the Mediterranean in France, not too far away from Marseille. Great venue, been there on a number of occasions, but that's a fantastic win away from home for the Chiefs. That's a good take there by Stockdale. Still such a good player, isn't he, Jacob Stockdale? Lost his place in the Irish team, didn't get in their World Cup squad this time round. Been unlucky with injuries, but still a great player. That's a clever kick over the top there by the number 13. but it went into touch on the full. That's James Holm. He was trying to get his right winger Rob Balakuna away, but just put a little too much on it. So into touch on the full, line out to Bath on the halfway line in front of our commentary position, Martin.
Yeah, good little bit of play though. Ulster had recognised that Bath got a little bit tight in defence and moved it wide, and a good option to kick, just the execution let them down.
Charlie Ewells there, that's gone over the top, and that was a poor line out there from Bath, and it's Ewers taking it away for Ulster. Goes to ground. Ulster get that ball away through their midfield there, and that's good tackling there by Ollie Lawrence. Bath 13, Bath and England international, Gallagher Player of the Month last month, as that's well got away there by Ulster, keeping that ball alive. Really lovely play there by Ulster as they move. Oh, I tell you what, they moved that beautifully. That was an ambitious pass there by Stuart Moore, a long pass out of his left hand, but had it have gone into the arms, the outstretched arms of Rob Balakun, that could have been a magnificent try, but it went into touch, and it will be a line out to Bath. But I tell you what, up through the middle there, the continuity and the way they cut through Bath's midfield, very impressive by Ulster.
Superb, yeah, really trying to keep the ball alive and offloading, passing before contact, and it again they just found some really good holes in that Bath defence.
The South African director of rugby here has made such progress since he came to Bath with this side. Johan van Graan said to me pre-match, Martin, as you know, he thought this would be the best side Bath have faced so far this season.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're 5 minutes in, and definitely Ulster have had maybe some of the better exchanges. So, yeah, Bath need to get a foothold, but it's early doors yet.
And numbers in the line out, an elementary schoolboy mistake from Bath, so it's a free kick to Ulster. They're opting to take the scrummage. 50 metres in from the right-hand touchline, just a metre outside Bath's 22, attacking the hospitality box and sports centre end of the ground for those familiar with the layout of the geography of the recreation ground. So it's the gold shirts with the red hoops around them, black shorts of the men from Ulster, who have this good attacking platform. Burns stands right behind the feet of his number 8. There's just one pair, Balakun away to the right, all the rest of the backs away to the left. This looks like a worked move. Good strength and good scrummaging there by Ulster, rock solid, and they work the blind side. Goes to Billy Burns, and he's driven into touch there by Miles Reid. Good defensive work there by Bath. That was rather telegraphed, but still Bath had to do the defensive work that was required of them.
Yeah, and they've gone quickly. Oh, the referee's pulled it back. Yes, he has.
Yeah, so Bath thought they'd taken that quickly, and but the referee from France, Pierre Brousset, not happy in his white shirt, black shorts, so that line out will have to be taken again. A full line out this then for Bath on their own 22 that they defend. And that's all well played by Henderson. Great play by the Irish international there. Beat Ewells in the air and stole one. That's 2 line-outs Bath have lost, and line-out's such an important part of your game. And Ulster going up through the middle there. Burns just scissoring there with James Hilm. Now it's Ulster waiting their scrum half, digging it out, finds Kitsoff, goes back to Burns, back to the fullback. Lovely show and go, but I think he's lost that forward, has he? No, referee's happy, it went backwards. The tight head prop, Tom O'Toole, takes it up for Ulster. Just checks with his assistants as Billy Burns looks to show his dancing through there, and the referee's happy that that ball is coming back on Ulster side in front of the Bath post. It went backwards, says the referee. Still happy as he's signalling that it went backward as Henderson, the skipper. What a line out steal that was, and that one was not forward, and the referee says no advantage, and it will be a scrum down. And I think the first knock on is saying by Bath, I think. I've got a feeling they've put into this scrummage, which is on the 22 metre line, right in front of the posts, that Bath in their all red European strip defend. will go to Ulster, who are looking quite strong and quite physical and a little bit dominant at the moment. 8 minutes and 15 seconds gone of this 3:15 kickoff from Pool 2 of the Investec, the new sponsors this season, Champions Cup, Martin.
Yeah, they're looking strong with the ball in hand. They're short passes, lots of tip-ons from the forwards. They're hitting that first attacker, then tipping it on one more, just keep moving this Bath defence around, and they're trying just to keep probing to find those holes.
And they're so well led, aren't they, by the massive Ian Henderson. What a player he is.
Yeah, fantastic player. Had a fantastic season last year. Started this year strongly as well. And I think him coming back into the team's really going to help Ulster.
Early engagement there from Ulster. Free kick to Bath, and the referee not endearing himself to the crowd at all there. Finn Russell took it quickly and kicked that long and into the Ulster 22, but the referee rather finicky and insisting that he wasn't ready for him to take what is a free kick, so Bath can't kick to touch and have the line out from a free kick. So it'll be interesting to see now with Ulster all back what Bath do as Finn Russell kicks that long downfield over the head of the Irish fullback Stuart Moore, who comes back, feels that left-footed, and that's taken there by Bath, by their fullback Matt Gallagher, who left-footed will find a touch. That's great play by Gallagher. That's really put that on a sixpence. I thought for a minute he was going to kick that into touch on the full and Bath would have to go all the way back, but in the aerial kicking game Bath come off the better of the two sides, and now it's Bath with it's Ulster of course who've got the line out, but it's a defensive one for them just outside their 22, far side of the field. Martin, 10 minutes gone. Yeah,
and a very cagey start by both teams so far, but a fantastic kick from Matt Gallagher, as you said, pinpoint position that gives Bath a really opportunity to keep Ulster penned in their own half.
Brilliant take again by Henderson there, and of course as Ulster now just using that driving maul of theirs, just crabbing ever slowly upfield, but it hasn't been stopped now. The scrum half is scragged though by Underhill. That's good work by Bath. He's trying to get that ball away, but Bath just scragged him, so now they're going to have to start again to get their exit right, but they're very methodical and very good in how their exit play is being executed here at the recreation ground. The rain stopped, the wind has eased, even a little bit of sunshine out there as Bath take that, and it goes out there to Joe Fokanasiga, and a good run by him. Now Spencer gets it out there to Russell. Russell goes out to Will Muir. Muir on the charge for Bath. The horse, as they call Will Muir, picked up there by Alfie Barbary. Good strength by Barbary. They're finding him a handful and difficult to bring to ground. They do though. Spencer moves it in there to Reed. Finn Russell just shows and goes, is tackled, goes to ground. Can that ball come back quickly to Spencer? It's slow ball, but Spencer will pop it up, I now think, to Dunn, the Bath hooker. Dunn carries with Stewart on his shoulder. Now Spencer goes back again to Reed, and Reed tried to get that ball away but thought better of it. Spencer, now it's Russell, finds Barbary again. Barbary proving a real handful here, and Spencer goes out to Muir. Good work, and Muir is so difficult, isn't he? Muir is so hard to bring down, just 5 metres short of the Ulster try line now. Benno Abano carrying for Bath. 5 metres from the try line as it's popped up there to Reed. Reed pops that ball back. 10 metres this side of the post as Barbary carries again. Barbary just to the left of the uprights, 5 metres from the try line. Referee's happy, says play on. Bath now will want to come away with points. First time they've really been in the red zone of Ulster, and that looked perilously close to playing the ball when he shouldn't have done by Ulster, but the referee's happy as Abano carries again for Bath. Henderson puts in the tackle. Now it's going to be Dunn who picks and goes for Bath. Dunn picking and going, supported by Charlie Ewells. Still Bath go, and that's going to be penalty advantage to Bath. The referee, I think, is saying play on. It looked like he's signalling penalty advantage. He is. And Spencer has it now. Who's he going to pop this out to? Gallagher. Gallagher going route one. Still it's penalty advantage to Bath. No, the referee's going to bring them back now for the penalty. And well, what will Bath do here, Martin? Kick to the corner? Well, the trouble is they've lost their opening 2 line-out throws. I wonder if they might go scrummage rather, or do you think they'll tap and drive here? 5 metres out, it's literally halfway between this left-hand touchline and the posts, in front of the clubhouse, the Thatcher's stand, and Finn Russell and Ben Spencer are just in talking to each other. Well, do you know what? The interesting thing is they've decided, and you don't often see that these days, they've decided that they're going to take the points on offer and take the kick at goal from the penalty.
Yeah,
I guess in the old days that would have been what you would always have done, but these days more and more people kick to the corner, take the scrum, tap and go. But Finn Russell and Ben Spencer have decided that Russell's going to take the penalty opportunity to see if he can put Bath into a 3-point lead here at the Rec. 14 minutes and 6 seconds gone. He's 15 metres in from this left-hand touchline. He's taken the ball back to just outside the 22. So can Finn Russell then, after 14 minutes of this game, put Bath into a 3-point lead? Russell, right-footed, and pushes that right across the face of the upright. So that was a poor kick from Russell. He'll be very disappointed with that. And the score remains Bath 0, Ulster 0. That was a poor kick, actually.
It was, and I watched him in the warm-up. All his kicks were in exactly the same position, and he got every single one. And that just shows you, doesn't it, sometimes when you're warming up and you come to the pressure of a match, you just can't quite connect with that one, because that should have been 3 points.
And that's a mistake by Bath there. Fokanasiga and Gallagher looking at each other. Neither of them took the ball, and it's gone into touch just 5 metres outside of Bath 22, far side of the field, the open stand here at the recreation ground. It will be a line out to Bath, and it will be the hooker Tom Dunn to throw in again. Enthralling match, 15 minutes gone, no score. This time Bath do win their line-out ball. First time they've won it. Goes back to Russell. Russell puts a long hanging kick forward. Now that's taken there by Jacob Stockdale, who counters for Ulster. He's tackled, and now Ulster recycle through their hooker. And that's Barbary there. That could be that could be yellow card territory. That looked like a deliberate knock-on to me, but the referee was right there. Saw it clearly, and unless his TMO interjects, it's just said knock on, scrum down, Ulster ball. I have to say that looked very deliberate to me. I'm surprised that the a referee hasn't been spoken to. He might yet be by his French TMO to take a look. Jacob Stockdale just getting back to his feet. He took a bit of a knock there when he counter-attacked, but no, he's back to his feet. Everybody's back to their feet, and the referee happy. Scrum down right on the halfway, right in the very middle of the park. 16 minutes gone, no score, and it will be the 9 of Ulster, Nathan Doak, to feed the scrummage. Martin, what have you made of the opening 16 minutes? Not quite the first quarter, but what have you made of it?
I think it's just been a really entertaining 15 minutes, in the fact that no team has really got ascendancy. But Ulster look a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more threatening with the ball in hand at the moment, and Bath just can't quite get any sort of sustained pressure. But I think whichever team can control the next 5-10 minutes, will look to really go for this game.
Note then goes down the narrow side, and it's Ulster recycling, and it's their big number 4, Alan O'Connor, who takes it out. Note going out wide there to the fullback, Stuart Moore. Just stopped now. They're coming back from left to right, as it were, halfway between the halfway line and the try line that they attack at the clubhouse end of the ground. That's a good tackle there by Abano in the midfield. Noke to Burns out there, and that goes out to Balakoon driving forward, and he's well tackled there by Russell. Carried there by Henderson, good carry by Henderson, good tackle by Barbary on Henderson, but they recycle and get quick ball, and also might have men over here. This looks dangerous. That was way forward there. Fokanasiga had no choice there but to come in field and make the tackle, but had that pass got away, I guess the cover would have come across. But it was a good piece of play by Fokanasiga. Never easy to make that call, is it? Do you come in, commit yourself, and risked the pass getting out to the winger Stockdale, but he came in, put in the hit, and the pass was then a forward pass to Stockdale. Scrum down, Bath ball. There's an injury to Abano, Bath's loose head prop, just getting some attention. The French referee coming over to him. Martin, 17 minutes gone, no score, but as you say, I think on the balance of play, it's the Ulstermen who I think are just shading it for me. And
they are, yeah. I think you're right, and I think what you just said just now, that they're really good at getting quick ball. So those extra little tip-ons and into space. You know, Underhill, we know how strong he is over the ball. Miles Reid over the ball in defence for Bath. They haven't really had a sniff or an opportunity to get a turnover. So Ulster are keeping the ball fairly well. And as you said, great defence from Cochran Senior, because if he hadn't have come in and forced that skill, they may have got us on the outside.
They may well have done. So it'll be scrum down, Bath to feed the scrummage. It'll be their skipper, their number 9, Ben Spencer. Bath in this first time for Bath. It's been an all-red European choice of strip this season. Ulster have gone for gold and black, gold shirts, black shorts. So unfamiliar colours from a European perspective. The new strips of both sides in this Pool 2 round 1 match of the Investec Champions Cup. That's good scrummaging there from Bath. They're going to get the penalty advantage there. Referee playing the advantage. It comes out wide there to Gallagher. Gallagher out there to Ollie Lawrence. Lawrence grabs that downfield, and that's good play by him, and good defensive work by the Ulster 15, I have to say.
Very
Excellent
good, but
play.
I'm surprised the referee hasn't gone back for the penalty advantage.
Well, I guess Bath had kicked it forward, and I think once you kick it, then maybe you lose that advantage from the scrum penalty. But Ulster did really well. I have to say, the fullback Stuart Moore did particularly well to collect that grubber kick through by Ollie Lawrence. They can sometimes bounce anywhere, can't they, those sort of kicks? As Russell takes that one, goes out there to Joe Pakanisiga, who's going route 1 and is tackled in the midfield. Good defensive work by Ulster. They get their shape together very quickly, don't they? Look how they got their defensive shape there across the field very quickly into position, and their press is good and effective, making it hard for Bath to find space. As that's a clever little chip over the top there, and that's a bit unlucky. Finn Russell's chip over the top there to Ollie Lawrence, and Lawrence just slightly unlucky, and the referee's happy that this continues, as that one comes back from Cameron Redpath to Reid. Reid then finds Elliot Stooke. Stooke goes to ground. Spencer out there to Russell. Lawrence goes out wide. That's a poor pass from Lawrence, and the referee, not sure what the referee's saying there. I think he's saying it was forward, but it went straight into the hands of Stockdale, so I'm quite surprised as to why he blew up.
Yeah, and I thought Ollie Lawrence might have knocked it on the chip through.
So did I.
Russell
he definitely
as well,
did. Look at that.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, clearly knocked on. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't come back for that either. But
no.
I'm sure Finn Russell, in his best French, will be talking to him. So,
yeah, I'm sure he will. So it must be the toughest game in sport, or one of them, to referee, but certainly a couple of little errors there by Pierre Pousset, our French referee this afternoon. But this all results then in a defensive scrummage for the Ulstermen, and it's 30 metres from the try line that they defend in the middle of the park. Still 20 minutes gone, first quarter of this Pool 2 Investec Champions Cup rugby match at the Recreation Ground in Bath, a 3:15 kickoff. No score. This game is brought to you on 5 Live Sports Extra, BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Somerset, and the BBC Sports web and app. And we hope you're enjoying this match. And Ulster then, good recycling there. He's impressed me, the 9, actually. And note, he gets the ball quickly and gets it away very quickly. Good take on there by Kitsoff, the South African. Billy Burns kicks that over the head of but that's a poor kick there by Billy Burns into touch on the full, so they come all the way back to level where he kicked it, which was 11 metres inside his own half, when that means that the throw-in this time will again go to the all-red team of Bath, and it will be their hooker, Tom Dunn, who will throw in. Been a stalwart for Bath over the years, Dunn, hasn't he? No call to give him a arse, plays with his heart on his shirt, but a great club man.
Absolutely, and he knows what being at Bath is all about. So he wears his passion on the sleeve and really goes for it.
So done then to throw in full line out, and throws that in, and that's taken by Reed. Spencer quickly out there to Russell. Cam Redpath pops that up there to Barbary. Barbary gets that away to Russell. Spencer comes out to Muir. Muir, he's so hard to bring down, isn't he, Muir? And that's Stockdale breaking away, and he's kicked that downfield. The referee says the tackle was fine. It's Ollie Lawrence going back there. Where's Lawrence going? Oh, I tell you what, it's good strong running there by Ollie Lawrence. Bath need to recycle that. Great passage of play. Will Muir did well for Bath there, but I have to say I thought Ulster defended that really well, as it's again Muir coming forward with Sam Underhill supporting him this time. Spencer to Barbary. Barbary carrying again with the support of Abano. Good tackle there by Kitsoff, the loose head prop for Ulster, and that's a clever kick there by Finn Russell. Lovely game management by Russell, just bounced that into touch just inside Ulster's 22, but I have to say the Ulster line out looks absolutely rock solid to me, but good game management from Bath. Still no score.
Very good. I think he was in his own half, so I think he's got a 50-22, one of the new rules.
He has, you're absolutely right, Martin. My error, it was a 50-22. Yeah, he must have just been in his own half, so even better. Bath get the put into the line out for that 50-22, and he landed it on a sixpence, didn't he, Russell?
Absolutely, superb kick, great attacking position.
And that's taken by Underhill this time. Barbary going out there to Ollie Lawrence. Lawrence is well tackled, but gets over the advantage line. Now it's popped up to Miles Reed, who's been absolutely everywhere for Bath. He's been almost, I think, the outstanding Bath player so far in this match, as Bath look to get that ball back. Referees just checking to make sure that Ulster are allowing them to do so. Spencer pops it back up to Will Stewart. Will Stewart carries for Bath. 10 metres out now. Now it's to Barbary. Good tackle on him. Still going though, Barbary. And now it comes back out there to Elliot Stook. Good work here from Bath, but good defence from Ulster, I have to say, as Russell just tries to go on his own. Finn Russell, good work there by him. 5 metres out from the Ulster try line. Abana again. Can Bath cross the whitewash this time? Still no score in this game, and it's Bath there through Elliot Stook, returning to the club. Came back to the club from Montpellier. Left Bath to go to Wasps before they went bust, and then a little short time at Bristol before then going to Montpellier, and then they've released him and he's back in the blue, black and white, or today the all red of Bath. Offside is the decision of the referee from Ulster. Now I wonder what Bath will do here. This time I think Spencer's going to say we're going to tap and go. Last time they opted for the kick at goal and Russell missed. This time I think they're going to go tap and go. Martin, what would you do here?
Well, I don't know actually. It's so close to the points, to the post. I probably would go for 3 points here because it's such an easy kick.
Yeah, no, this is a much easier kick. It's funny, isn't it? This time it's an easier kick because it's... Oh, I reckon I'd fancy my chances, Martin, of a kick there, and you too. Yeah. But they've opted for the scrummage, and that's a really interesting one. Well, they had the advantage at the last scrum. When you think they've got Stephen Kitsoff as their loose head, Tom Stewart and Tom O'Toole, and they've got Henderson in their engine room, it won't be easy for Bath to push this scrummage backwards. 25 minutes and 14 seconds gone here in this Pool 2 round 1 match of the Investec Champions Cup. Bath and the crowd really starting to get behind them here. You might be able to hear it in the background, and it will be the Bath 9 and skipper Ben Spencer to feed the scrummage. 5 metres out and 5 metres to the left of the uprights as we look at them, with the Investec brand labelled on the padding around the blue, black and white posts. The fans clutching onto their pints of cider in the Thatcher's stand, Martin, ready to throw them up in the air if Bath can get the score here.
Great position, and I think with the scrum being just on that sort of right hand post, it opens up both sides to attack, which Bath will hopefully take advantage of.
And referee not quite happy with the scrummage, we'll ask them to set again. Now they engage, and they go down again, and the referee not happy. This is frustrating, and this is where you've got to keep your calm, isn't it? Because it's so easy here just to give away an unnecessary penalty. Both teams will be trying to kid the referee that it's not them that's causing the scrummage to cave in. Just accidental is the view of the referee. No side to blame on the caving in, just asking them to come a metre away from the turf, which is a bit suffering from the 16 men scrummaging there. A lot of weight, a lot of poundage there, a lot of physicality, and this time they'll go again. 26 minutes and 50 seconds gone. It's Bath 0, Ulster 0. Bath with the scrummage 5 metres from the Ulster try line that they defend, right to the left of the post. That's good scrummage ball. Now Bath get the scrum going forward. Barbary picks up. It's going to be a penalty advantage to Bath, but they go out there. It's a Cokanasiga. Oh, try in the corner. Joe Cokanasiga in for the first score for Bath, and that was a magnificent pass by the scrum half Ben Spencer. He threw that ball probably 25-30 metres, but he knew he had penalty advantage, so if it didn't go to hand they were going to come back for the penalty. So it was worth chancing his arm, and Cokanasiga made no mistake. In at the corner, Bath 5, Ulster 0, with the conversion attempt to come from the right hand touchline from Finn Russell, Martin Haag.
Yeah, great scrum as well to get that advantage. It means that Ben Spencer can take a risk, but I think it was a planned move, because Joe Cokanasiga on the touchline, so he had such a long pass, but absolutely fantastic execution and almost a walk-in.
It was, and Bath made their entry into the red zone count, and well, it's going to be interesting because it's right on that left-hand touchline. The conversion attempt is going to come from Ben Spencer, round the corner, left-footed kicking style. He's in a quagmire of mud just off the main pitch there, but he's coming left-footed round the corner, kicking style, left-footed, and puts that high, but no, that doesn't go. I think he was basically coming out of a quagmire of mud there, wasn't he, around the corner, but didn't get the extra, so the conversion was wide. So Bath have missed the conversion, they missed the penalty attempt, but they do now lead here at the recreation ground. 28 minutes, nearly 29 minutes gone. Bath 5 and Ulster 0. That's a great take from the restart kick there from Ollie Lawrence. Did really well there, had momentum coming in to take that. Spencer then, whose pass led to Cokanasiga's try, just pops it up there to Will Stewart. Powerful carry there by Stewart. And Bath just making the caterpillar there. Charlie Yules with the mullet hairstyle. 150th appearance for Bath today. That's some achievement. Cameron Redpath's 50th appearance as that ball is kicked away left-footed. Oh, that's a mistake there now. Ken Cokanasiga, can he get it? Can he make it a second try? Gets that ball back in field, but no. Well, that was great opportunistic play there from Cokanasiga, coming down and putting real pressure on, and it was a bit of a defensive mess up there from Ulster, and all of a sudden the Ulstermen looking a little bit jittery in defence for the first time in this match, as Bath got them under a bit of pressure there, but they will have the put into this defensive line out, and it'll be their hooker with the red scrum cap, Tom Stewart, to throw into the line out. He throws to the front of the line to number 4, Alan O'Connor. And now they're going to try and maul this up towards the 22-metre line, but Bath making it difficult for them. So making this exit play difficult for Ulster, but Ulster just slowly getting towards the 22, and Note Waits now right-footed, gets that high away. It's fielded by Cokanasiga. Goes out there to Matt Gallagher. Matt Gallagher, Bath's fullback, likes to counter-attack. Good work by him. Goes down in midfield. Spencer gets the ball away to Finn Russell. Clever little clip over the top by Russell. Oh, lovely play there. Now, Spencer, look at this. This is a race for the try, is it? Oh, Balakoon gets that back there, and it will be a dropout on the goal line. Great play from Bath. What a lovely little chip over the top by Finn Russell. his fellow Scottish international Cammy Redpath took it on the full, popped it up to Spencer. He grubber kicked it through, but Balakoon just beat him in the foot race to ground it in goal. But it's a drop out from behind their goalpost for Billy Burns. Still 5-0. Burns drops that ball out. Now Will Muir comes forward, does well to take that, finds Lawrence. What's Lawrence going to do? Lawrence going route one, is he? No, Lawrence is away. Still on his feet goes Ollie Lawrence, the England international outside centre. And now it's coming out there to Miles Reid. Reid, lovely play again, good work. The all penalty advantage to Bath. Ulster killing it, and the referee saying penalty now. Too far out, I think, to scrummage, so maybe Bath will take the points, but Bath starting to hum a little bit at the moment, and certainly have the ascendancy at this moment in time in their midfield of Russell, Redpath and Lawrence, starting to ask a lot of questions of the Ulstermen.
They are, and I think Finn Russell at the moment, just watching him pulling the strings, he just knows when to pass, when to chip, who's on his shoulder to bring back into play. Definitely for me he's been the pick so far, because what it does is it just brings other people into play. You've got somebody like that just marshalling the game. I'd love to be playing outside him, because I just imagine that he would just put you into space, but then the little kick over the top like you said, and then just fantastic play.
So they're opting to take the penalty. It's right in front of the post, 15 metres out, but interesting enough it's Spencer who's kicking, and Spencer knocks it over. So it's now Bath 8, Ulster 0, 32 minutes and 33 seconds gone. Martin Haag.
Yeah, very good play. Bath over the last sort of 10-15 minutes really getting a foothold in the game, and Ulster haven't had a lot of ball. And what I really like is when Bath get down into that pressurised situation, into the Ulster 22, they're really making it count. They're keeping the pressure on Ulster. Ulster giving away penalties. Obviously, we've got a try. So superb play from Bath.
Good restart catch and drive out from his 22 from Barbary there. But Ulster have turned that ball over. And this could be dangerous as Ulster into Bath 22. They did well to turn that ball over. Oak gets it away to the hooker with the red scrum cap on. That's Tom Stewart. Note waits again, finds Kitsoff. That ball does get out this time to Jake.
Right by Andrew Sheridan.
It's going to be a penalty advantage to Bath, but they go out there. It's a Cockadasiga. Oh, try in the corner. Joe Cockadasiga in for the first score for Bath, and that was a magnificent pass by the scrum half Ben Spencer. He threw that ball probably 25. Goes out to their midfield, and Bath need to defend for all they're worth here, because Ulster looking dangerous as they get that ball away to Burns, and still they have penalty advantage. Now they get the ball away, and it's topped up, is it? And Burns goes underneath for the try. Well, would you believe it? That was a soft try. Burns underneath the post for Ulster, because what happened, he'd given penalty advantage. Ollie Lawrence just went to kick the dead ball away. He kicked it straight into the arms of Burns, who said thank you very much, and just went unopposed under the sticks. The conversion will be easy. So Bath, having got into that 8-0 lead, will suddenly find themselves cut back to a solitary point advantage. Look at that. A bit of a soft try, but that went off Burns' chest, and then rather fortuitous the way that came. As Lawrence tried to kick it away, it was penalty advantage though. He kicked it into the chest of Burns. He didn't touch it, so it wasn't a knock on. It ricocheted forward. He then went picked it up, scored the try under the posts, and it will be the easiest of conversions, and Ulster then will be a point behind Bath here. Into the hospitality boxes goes the conversion. So Bath 8, Ulster 7. What do you make of that? All because of the turnover ball when a Bath exit play.
And I think that's where they'll be really disappointed. Bath, they the last 10-15 minutes been on fire, and then all of a sudden from a restart that they probably practice so many times in training, should be easy to get away. They've got turned over, and then Ulster have scored a fortuitous try, unfortunately, which brings them back into the match.
So Billy Burns scored the try, a Bath man of course, born and bred here. It was converted by the scrum half Nathan Doak. So it's now Bath 8, Ulster 7 as we approach half time. Still quite a bit of time to go. It's 35 minutes, 5 minutes to go yet, as Matt Gallagher puts a high kick forward, and that's well taken by the Ulster fullback Stuart Moore calls for the mark, and the referee gives him the mark. Martin.
Yes, typical Bath, long kick, kicks back by Ulster, and then Matt Gallagher didn't opt to run that time, just put it back down there, which I think there was plenty of space to have a little go. I'd like to see Bath maybe do that, rather than kicking on the first catch, is just move it a couple of passes and then kick, and just see what this Ulster defence are going to do, because that time they had lots of players back.
They did, and it'll be a line out to Bath, 10 metres inside their own half, far side of the field. I was just looking at the two benches, because nowadays, the bench is so important. Bath got a pretty strong bench. Just looking at that Ulster bench, it looks pretty impressive, just a host of internationals. So it's going to be a fascinating game, this. There's very closely matched sides. As Russell there goes out to Gallagher. That's a brilliant take there by the fullback. How did he do that? As Stockdale tries to get away, Jacob Stockdale does really well there. That was a brilliant piece of play, somewhat fortuitous by the fullback, but really well played as Balakoon gets that back inside here. Now this is dangerous here from Ulster, really dangerous, and Cameron Redpath, what a score, brilliant score, absolutely sensational score there from the young scrum half Nathan Doak. What a score, wonderful support lines. It all came from the most remarkable of takes. He sort of dived on a ball, it sat behind his back, and somehow then he flicked the ball up the fullback to Jacob Stockdale. Stockdale got up to the 10-metre line. It was recycled. The two centres carried it on. Balakoon was involved. They put it back inside, and like every good scrum half does, they track the line of the ball. Lovely line of running, and Nathan Doak got onto that ball and ran in underneath the post to dot it down, and he will now convert his own try. So from 8-0 down, they're now 14-8 up. 2 tries in a brace of minutes, and what a score that was. That was a magnificent score from the Ulstermen.
It certainly was, and it's something that I mentioned a few weeks ago. Two teams really finish 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s, and that's exactly what Ulster did. They went down the blind side, 3-on-2, got it to the winger, who then passed it back inside to the support, and so much support. It was just, in the end, it was all about pace from the scrum half, but fantastic try from Ulster.
Bath not happy, thinking there was a forward pass in that move, but TMA was happy, and what a score it was by Doak, who converted his own try. So, and that's going to be, that was a terrible error there by number 13 for Ulster, James Hilm, and he touched that ball in flight, and now it's going to be a line out to Bath, 5 metres, so a good opportunity for Bath to get right back in this game, trailing now by 14 points to 8.
Yeah, opportunity to really compete 5 yards out from the Ulster line here. Put some pressure on them.
And Ulster collect that ball. It's going to be a difficult exit position, but I'm sure they're up to it. Is Stockdale, who was instrumental in that move for the try. But it was the recycling, wasn't it, as you said, and they came back on the narrow side, the short side, and the two centres got the ball out to Balakoon. He got the ball back inside. The support lines of running were superb.
Absolutely superb, and it's great to watch. Often what happens is you'll pass the ball and people would admire the pass and don't support, and just the support alone really made that try.
Another free kick. This referee is very quick to give free kicks when the numbers aren't right at the line out. Say Pierre Brousset, and Bath are going to take a scrummage. Well, there's only 6 seconds of normal time left in this first half, and Bath will be frustrated because Ulster dominated the early exchanges. Bath came back into it well and looked really good value for their 8-0 lead. And then they conceded a turnover ball from the restart. Ulster scored slightly fortuitous. They had penalty advantage, but they scored a try, and then they scored a magnificent try just a minute later. So a brace of tries in a couple of minutes saw them go from 8-0 down to 14-8 up as we approach half-time. Bath take the scrummage. Now they're going to get that second surge on, and the Ulster staying firm this time. Now it's Finn Russell, Okanasiga coming forward, but that's knocked forward there by Ollie Lawrence, and the referee's whistle will go for half-time. So not the half-time score Bath would have wanted, But it was a cracking first half of rugby. That really was an entertaining half, and that's what the Champions League brings to you. It's a whole different level. Johan van Graanbaas, director of rugby, told us ahead of the match that he thought these would be Bath's most difficult opponents that they will have played so far this season, and he hasn't been proven wrong. They'll be frustrated, the Bath coaching camp, won't they? Because having started poorly, they weathered the storm. They then deservedly got themselves into a lead, and they'll probably rather be scratching their heads wondering how they went from 8-0 up after 34 minutes to being 14-8 down after 37 minutes, Martin.
Yes, exactly. They were controlling the game in that middle period, and then suddenly, as you said, turnover, got a try, and then a superb try straight after, and that's the killer. It's the straight after. You know, you get an opportunity to control the game, to get back into the Ulster half, and then just, you know, great play from Ulster. You got to give them a lot of credit. They spotted the space and they moved the ball very, very quickly. Great support, and another try, and that double up try sometimes is the one that really gets you, because momentum now is suddenly in Ulster's favour going into the break, when it could quite easily have been the other way around.
So Martin, your reflections back on that first half, who stood out for you? Let's talk about the men in red first, Bath. Who stood out in the first half for you? Who didn't stand out? How do you think they played? And then we'll come on and talk about Ulster and then the competition generally.
Yeah, I thought Bath played pretty well. They Ulster had the better exchanges, but Bath defended pretty well. And then you had Alfie Barbary getting some gain line. Then you had Ben Spencer, Finn Russell starting to control which way we were going to attack, left or right, which I really like, because it suddenly keeps the defence guessing. Then there was space for Ollie Lawrence to have a couple of opportunities to get through a gap, and unfortunately just knocked it on. He had Will Muir had a couple of really strong carries, and then suddenly the forwards are playing on top and keeping Ulster going. So actually, I don't think Bath did a lot wrong there, apart from the 2 tries, which was unfortunate. So if they can get that and do that a little bit more in the second half, and keep it going, and I think that's the challenge, against a really good team. They did it last week against Exeter in the second half. They really dominated. That's what they need to do in this half in the second half against Ulster. They need to play exactly the same way, but maybe less errors, and making sure that they just keep playing on top of Ulster to keep that momentum.
What's impressed you about the Ulstermen?
I think they've looked good in attack as well. I think they're moving the ball, as you said. I think some of their backs, I think Stockdale's had a good game, McCluskey's had a good game, Billy Burns has distributed pretty well, but also Henderson, we talked about him early doors, a couple of line-out steals, and what he brings. And I think where Bath have got to be careful is not just running into the big men of Ulster, because they're big men who will just tackle you on the gain line. I think Bath do have to move the ball and find that space, and if they can do that, then hopefully we'll see some more tries. But Ulster have looked solid. They've looked up for this game, and their big Dave Ewers has had a couple of carries. I think the front row have done okay. I think Bath may have shaded the scrums though. So it's just, I think just avoiding their big men and running into their big men in defence would help Bath.
Bath shaded the scrums, Ulster probably shaded the line out, so in set play. What do you think about open play and the breakdown? What have you made of that? Who's impressed you there, and who's winning the ball at the breakdown? Is it quick enough? Is it slow ball?
I think for Ulster, they've definitely done their homework on Bath's defence, because we know that Miles Reid, Underhill, they like to get over the ball, and they've not really had a sniff. Normally by now in that first 40 minutes we would have seen Underhill steal a ball, we would have seen Miles Reid get a holding on penalty. So Ulster have done their homework, and they're getting quick ball, which, when you get quick ball against any team, it just narrows the defence and keeps the defence on, having to go back all the time. So that's something that Bath will look at. And then from Bath's point of view, I think the opposite. At times when they've given it to our big forwards in attack, when we've had the ball, when we run straight at somebody, Ulster are quite good at slowing that ball down. And if we can get some quick ball, we've seen what the backs can do. And I think that's this for the second half for me is like which pack can get on top, which pack can get momentum for their backline, because both backlines so far today have been really entertaining, and I've loved watching it. So it's going to be really about who can get that early momentum in this, get over the gain line, and then use that quick ball to really bring their power runners into play.
At this level, Martin, it is a level up from domestic leagues, be it the Gallagher Premiership or the United Rugby Championship. And indeed, some might even say the top 14, although they might argue differently. But you can't afford to make mistakes, can you? When your opportunities come, a couple of times Bath did break over the advantage line, but then they just couldn't quite hold on to the ball. A couple of times Lawrence has lost it forward. Easy to be critical, but had he not have lost it, or had he been able to retain the ball, could have led to scores, but he didn't, and it didn't. And it's little things like that that can make all the difference, because at this level you don't get many opportunities. And Ulster have really impressed me with their defensive shape. They're very solid, they're very solid at the breakdown, so they seem to slow the ball down effectively. And they've got a big midfield, haven't they? They're good on the wings. You've talked about Stockdale, Balakoon is good, but the two men that have really impressed me in their midfield have been Stuart McCluskey and James Hulme. Very powerful, both big, and they both had a hand in that superb try scored by the scrum half, who's been good as well. But they're big and powerful themselves, so whilst Bath's midfield of Russell, Redpath and Lawrence sounds good, I think Ulster's have been their equal.
Absolutely, I think both backlines have been very equal today, and McCluskey and Hulme in the centres, big powerful lads who, when they have the ball in hand, will give you gain line. And you're right about the errors. I think the ones that I'll be disappointed about are the ones when you're in control. So from a kick-off, when you take the ball in, there's no excuses for losing the ball in contact because you're in control. Sometimes when you're playing fast and you put a little pass in or trying to do a little offload, sometimes that's the right thing. It just doesn't come quite off at that time. And I don't mind so much as a coach, seeing those little mistakes. It's the ones when you're in control, when you have a line out in a good position, or whether you're receiving a kick-off. Those are the things that you should be able to control because you practice it enough. And when you see tries come off, you just scored and they're kicking off to you and you lose the kick-off, then suddenly those are the little things that really grate you, and those are the ones that are really costly. So hopefully we won't see too much more of that in the second half.
It's still very close, isn't it? 14-8, so two converted tries for Ulster. Burns and Doak, the try scorers. Doak converting both. Bath points coming from a penalty from Ben Spencer and a try that wasn't converted, and that came from Joe Thokanasiga. So 6 points behind. So you don't need to go chasing the game, do you? But the next score is very important, isn't it? Because all of a sudden, if Ulster get the next score, then they're more than a score ahead, and it starts to become difficult. And if you chase the game and make mistakes, so the opening 10 minutes of this half are going to be massively important, I feel.
Yeah, I totally agree. The next 10 minutes are vital, and it'll be interesting to see. We talked in the first half about opportunities, and Bath a couple of opportunities, kick for 3 points, one they got, one they didn't. Well, in the second half, suddenly when you're 6 points behind, do you go for those 3 points, or do you go for a scrum, or do you go for the corner and go for the tries? And I think that's going to be an interesting decision to be made, whoever the captain is at the time, to decide what to do, because I think Bath have looked good in the first half when they've got down into that Ulster 22 and 5 yards from the line. They've kept the pressure on and they've done a good job, and I think if they keep doing that, I think the holes will appear. I think they will get opportunities to score tries, but as you said, the next score, if Ulster get the next score, it just takes them out of that zone of us getting just one try. We're going to need more.
So you just have to keep to your shape, keep to your patterns, keep to your discipline, keep to your drills, and trust yourselves as a collective to deliver what is required. What do you make of the format of this competition? So this season, slightly different headline sponsors, but 24 teams, 4 pools of 6 teams. So the teams were drawn 8 from the top 14 in France, 8 from the Gallagher Premiership, and 8 from the United Rugby Championship, including 2 sides that qualified there from South Africa, the Stormers and the Bulls. In your pool you have 6 teams, but you don't play a team from your own country, your own league. So Bath are in Pool 2. The other teams in Pool 2 are Ulster, who are their opponents today, Cardiff, who they play next Saturday in Cardiff, Racing 92, top of the top 14 at the moment, a galaxy of stars, who Bath play at home here in January, and then the week after that they're away to Toulouse. They don't play Harlequins. The top 4 sides of that 6 in the pool go forward then in each pool to the round of 16. The team that comes 5th drops into the Challenge Cup round of 16, and the team that comes 6th in the pools kisses goodbye to Europe. So you only play 4 games, 2 home, 2 away. Bath, on paper you might say that the first 2 matches at home to Ulster and away to Cardiff on paper might appear to be the easier of their fixtures, because Racing 92 and Toulouse both in the higher echelons of the top 14, and this season I think there was a lot more expectation and hope about Bath in Europe. They flattered to deceive for many seasons. The fact they've just been woeful in Europe, let's be honest, Martin, for a decade, and this year coming into it joint top of the Gallagher Premiership with a lot more hope. But if they don't win here at home to Ulster, it isn't Europe over, but it makes it extraordinarily hard, doesn't it?
It does. I think I really like the format. Time will tell whether it grows on people. I mean, you could say the pools are a little bit too big, but it's definitely better than what we had before with the 2 leagues. Didn't like that at all. This is much more interesting, because suddenly, if you lose a game at home, you potentially won't go through. So every game is vital in the pool stages. And you're right, Ulster at home, Cardiff away. You know, with the form that Bath have been in, we expect them to go to those places like Cardiff at home to Ulster and win. And I think when you consider you got Racing 92 and Toulouse in our pool, we need to make sure that we take advantage of the games that come our way, which is why this one today is vital for us to get off to a good start and really keep the momentum going, because they've built up a lot of great momentum, a lot of great enthusiasm and interest at the moment, the way Bath are playing, which is superb. And when you have a home game in a Champions Cup and it's the first one as well, it's always good to get off to a good start, to get that momentum, keep it going.
And already in the competition, last night Glasgow were at home to Northampton Saints. It finished Glasgow 19, Northampton 28. Great win there for the Saints, who are in good form this season. Connaught, well, they were thrashed at home by 41 points to 5 by Bordeaux, who hosts Bristol in Bordeaux. I know a lot of people going over to Bordeaux to support Bristol in that one and next weekend, but 41-5. And then what a result for Exeter Chiefs in the 1 o'clock kickoff. They came from behind and they stole it with the last kick of the match. It finished Toulon 18, Exeter Chiefs 19. Here at the Rec at half-time it's Bath 8, Ulster 14. But 2 other teams in Bath's pool, both of whom Bath will play, away to Cardiff next week, and their final match will be away at Toulouse. But it's Stade Toulousain. It's Toulouse at half-time, 31, Cardiff 7, 31-7. And at 5:30 today, it's the Bulls in fine form against Saracens at Loftus Versfield, the rarefied atmosphere there in South Africa. And then also at 5:30, it's the Munster men from Ireland, Munster at home to another French side, Avion Bayonne. First appearance in Europe for them. Tonight at 8 o'clock, and that will be on BBC Radio Bristol and BBC Somerset. It's Bristol Bears against Lyon from France, before the Bears head to Bordeaux next weekend. And then on tomorrow's matches, it's Sale Sharks against Stade Francais. And look at this, it's bizarre, isn't it, that last year's 2 finalists meet in the opening match of the pool. La Rochelle against Leinster, Leicester Tigers against the Stormers from South Africa. And then also in this group, but only one of these teams do Bath play. You don't play a team from your own league, but tomorrow finishes at 17:30, 5:30 on a Sunday. It's a dreadful time, isn't it? But it's Racing 92 against Harlequins. So back here then, the second half will start. Don't know if there's been any changes. It will be Billy Burns, of course, brother of Freddie, born and bred in Bath, and loving his time in the Ulsterman shirts. Gold with red, very narrow, fine red hoops around the shirts. Black shorts. Bath in their all red European strip. Bath with it all to do. They trailed at half-time by 8 points to 14. A fucking Sigurd try and a penalty from the captain Spencer, the scrum half. There are Bath's 8 points. A Burns and a Doak try. Doak converting both. The excellent scrum half in the 9 shirt for the Ulstermen. Decent weather conditions here. The pitch has stood up well considering all the torrential rain that we've had, particularly in Somerset, as the referee from France gets this underway. And well, that's a poor restart there, and that one immediately goes forward off of Elliot Stuke, and Stukey looking very unhappy with himself about that. Big second row back in Bath colours, but that was not exactly the sort of error that you want to avoid when the restart kick comes. Just knocked it on. Ulster then kicked it behind the in-goal area. Ollie Lawrence touched it down just in case anyone was coming through to score a try for Ulster, but they come back for the knock-on, and it will be a scrummage to Ulster 30 metres out from the try line at the clubhouse end of the ground. That Ulster attacking from right to left as we look out on the proceedings from the West Stand, with River Avon and Bath Abbey behind us, and the Christmas markets thronging with people in Bath. You couldn't get into the city today, Martin. It's absolutely rammed as we approach the festive Christmas season. But what a Christmas cracker of a first half we've had here, as Spencer putting Noak under pressure, but Noak defends that well. But good work there by Bath. Referee very happy with that. So Bath putting Ulster's scrummage under huge pressure. You know what, a lot of referees would have given a penalty there, but he allowed Bath to compete, somewhat surprisingly. But Ulster have done well to retain possession, as Henderson does really well. A little pop pass there from Henderson. Just definitely played a Bath player off the ball there, and not releasing on the ground. A double whammy, and it's a penalty to Bath, so Russell will get the relieving kick for Bath. A minute and 48 seconds of the half gone. Bath trailing by 8 points to 14. Finn Russell then finds touch far side of the field, and it will be a line out to Bath. Be interesting, the timing and use of the benches, and that was good work there by Bath, but I think it was clearly holding on, but a Bath player was taken out off the ball by Henderson, so could have been either of the things that the referee gave the penalty for, but penalty it is. Bath have worked the far touch line, done to throw in, shorten line out, 4-man line, and referee not happy. They'll have to take it again, and now they come back in. So Stuke, Yules and Reid and Stewart at the front of the Bath 4 in the line, and it's 12 metres inside the Ulster half, far side of the field. Reid takes it, Spencer finds Russell, Redpath. Oh, that was deliberately knocked on there, surely by lovely play there, and great play by Russell. Gallagher does well to retake it. The referee, I still think, must be playing advantage to Bath, and he is. Surely that was a deliberate knock-on, was it not, by Billy Burns? But Bath did that in the first half, and all he did was give a penalty. So if you're looking for consistency, French referee Pierre Brousset has been exactly that, consistent. But I can't help feeling in the Gallagher Premiership, both of them might have resulted in yellow cards, Martin. Both deliberate tap downs. But anyway, on we go. It's 15 aside, which has got to be good. Scrum down, Bath to feed the scrummage right in the middle of the park on the halfway line. Actually, when you see it again, it wasn't a it didn't warrant a yellow card by Burns.
I've seen them given in the Premiership, like you said before.
Yeah, but I think in fairness, that would have been extremely harsh. Bath to feed the scrummage then, trailing by 8 points to 14. 3 minutes of the second half have gone. The floodlights on. And Bath getting that scrummage going again and driving Ulster back. They've got real ascendancy at scrum time. They've got penalty advantage, and Gallagher coming out to Lawrence, out there to Will Muir. Muir's away, is he? Muir back inside to Lawrence. Good play. He's so hard to bring down, is Will Muir, and the referee there still must be penalty advantage to Bath, but Ulster have really slayed that down. He's given another penalty to Bath, so they've got a second penalty advantage, as it were, as Spencer gets that ball away, and it's not held on to by the 150 cap man today, Charlie Ewell, so they go to the penalty. Now, what will Bath do here? I'm sure this time it's right in the corner. They'll just kick this into the corner and go for the line out, because it's exactly what they're going to do. Finn Russell just plops that into touch. It will be a line out to Bath, 5 metres from the try line that they attack at the Hospitality Sports Centre end of the ground, far side of the field. Martin, important that they come away with some points here. It's Bath 8, Ulster 14.
Yeah, and the Bath's line out, the last couple have gone really well. They're good off the top. This one they'll be looking to drive, I'd imagine, 5 metres out.
Ewell's well taken there by Ewell's. The Bath pack gather round, but Ulster looking to defend here. Bath got their driving maul going here, have they? They look like they have. They've got real forward momentum here. Bath going, oh, great score there from Bath. Not quite sure, was it Will Stewart or was it Tom Dunn who gets credited with the try, but that was a wonderful piece of play from Bath. Great line out take, and they got that driving maul absolutely right. Ulster had no answer. I think it's Tom Dunn, probably the Bath hooker, that will come away with that try. Is it, Martin?
It looked like it was Alfie Barbary initially with the take at scrum half, but then I think Tom Dunn took it off him, and great power from the Bath pack there. That's what we like to see. 5 metres out, really taking the opportunity.
So 5 minutes into the second half, Bath's second try scored by their hooker Tom Dunn, with the conversion to come.
And I'm glad we had a try, because the first 6 minutes or few minutes of that half there was lots of errors, and we talked about errors at half time, didn't we? And
we did.
Bath got an error from Ulster at the scrum after Bath had knocked it on from the kick-off, and it just shows you momentum can change so quickly in this game.
Spencer then with a conversion to put Bath back into a 1 point lead. If he doesn't get it, Ulster will stay in the lead by 13 points to 14, which is the score at the moment. Spencer then 10 metres in from the far right hand touchline, just outside the 22, left footed, and the assistant referees flags are raised aloft. The crowd told us we didn't need them to raise their flags. The cheers were there. Ben Spencer, the skipper, puts Bath back into the lead. It's now Bath 15, Ulster 14. It's a belter of a match, a Christmas cracker here at the recreation ground. Pool 2 round run as Billy Burns drop kick restarts for Ulster. They trail here by a point now, and that comes back to Spencer. Now what's Finn Russell going to do? Finn Russell kicks long. That's well taken there by Stuart Moore, the fullback. Moore goes out to Jacob Stockdale. Stockdale comes back in field. He's lost that, but not forward there by Ulster, not originally, but good defensive work by Bath. Now the crowd are becoming the 16th man for Bath at the moment, making quite a difference.
They certainly are, and Bath have had, as you said, definitely the ascendancy in the scrums recently, and I think Ulster have made a couple of changes. They look like they've brought on Rob Herring and Marty Moore in the front row to shore that up.
Yeah, and of course Rob Herring and Marty Moore, 2 Irish international with caps aplenty. So coming on hooker and tight head, and Kristoff of course still out there as the loose head. So Kristoff, Herring and Moore now the front row for Ulster. Pretty strong front row, but Bath have had the ascendancy to date, and Bath are still with Abano, Dunn and Stewart. Ben Spencer feeds the scrummage, and a rock solid again. Bath are going to try and see if they can get the second drive, but this time it does say scrummage. Russell, where's he going now? As Lawrence comes back in field, well played there by Ori Lawrence. Hard to take down now. Spencer goes out wide to Russell, to Muir. Well tackled there by Ulster. Good defensive work, really good defensive shape from Ulster, I have to say. As that one, Barbary just eludes the tackle, but good line speed there from Ulster. But Russell still has possession of the ball. Abano goes to ground. Good defensive shape from Ulster. Russell to Cameron Redpath. Oh, lovely footwork there by Cammy Redpath. Lovely feet there from the Scottish international. But that ball from Spencer unfortunately went into touch, and poor old Ollie Lawrence had 2 chances of that. 0 and no chance.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass from Spencer, but good again. Good play from Bath, keeping the ball. asking questions of this Ulster defence, but they have stood up, Ulster defence. So there's not many holes at the moment, so Bath have just got to keep probing. And great attack off the scrum though. They're a very solid platform, and the back line for Bath really did try and cut through the Ulster defence. And Will Muir had a great opportunity on the outside, but Ulster had two players on him, because that's how such a threat he is. He can he can run through a barn door definitely, and it was a good tackle in the end that stopped him.
It was, so it's a line out to Ulster, and it will be Rob Herring, the replacement hooker and international, who throws in. Ian Henderson takes that majestically in the middle of the line. What a player Ian Henderson is. Great player, great international rugby player. And Herring does really well there, and Note comes. Oh, look at that pass back inside lovely hands, wonderful stuff. That was brilliant there. Herring to Stockdale, and what wonderful hands. And that's picked up. The referee's quite happy there. Thokanasiga putting Henderson under pressure. Good defensive work there by Joe Thokanasiga as the scrum half. Doak gets the ball away. Doak again waiting now. Is just waiting for a caterpillar this time. Henderson slow to get there, but forms the caterpillar. This will be a high hang. No, it's not. Thought he was going to put a high hanging kick, but no, they've done the opposite. They've gone out wide to the right. So a change of tactic, and good running there, and good powerful work by their midfield. I've been so impressed with McCloskey and Holm all afternoon. They've been a handful in the midfield for Ulster.
They certainly have, and they're making things tick with Billy Burns at the moment.
And well picked up there by Jacob Stockdale. He's got wonderful hands on him, Stockdale, hasn't he? Still a great athlete. Disappointing he's not in the international Irish team anymore, but my goodness me, he's still a hell of a player. And that's a knock taken there by Abano, who is just struggling. A bit of a stinger there for Beno Abano. Bath's loose head prop. And this time the referee gives a penalty to Ulster for Bath not rolling away after the tackle. And the penalty is right on the halfway line, right on the centre circle. So I wonder whether Ulster here will try and kick for goal, whether they'll use their number 9, who's been outstanding, Nathan Doak, whether he'll have a kick at goal. Billy Burns is receiving some attention, but I tell you what, hasn't Jacob Stockdale been superb? Some of his takes in that last couple of passages of play were being masterful, and they were really difficult, and he's kept the ball alive. As another change for Ulster, number 21 comes on for them, John Cooney. Well, I tell you what, Noakes played brilliantly, so but Cooney was on the cusp of getting into the Irish team a couple of seasons ago. Seems to have fallen backwards in the pecking order, but Noakes played brilliantly. But on comes John Cooney then as a finisher, and Bath are making a change as well. On comes for Bath their South African Thomas du Toit, so he'll replace Will Stewart, I imagine. Or will he replace Beno Abano? No, Stewart, I think it is. He's equally at home, du Toit, one of those rare props who can play tight or loose head. He'll still be smarting that he wasn't in the South African squad for the World Cup. He was 2 World Cups ago, but not this one. Up against Christoph, a battle of 2 South African props. That'll be mouth-watering as the game goes on, Martin.
Yeah, absolutely. But with du Toit, you're right, we're lucky that he can play both sides, and Ulster as well. They're very lucky that they can have 2 great scrum halves, because Cooney I rate, and last year was fantastic. Maybe he hasn't hit that form so far this year.
Bath has stolen it, I think. Bath has stolen that Munster ball, that Ulster ball, I should say. Comes back to Finn Russell, kicks that long downfield. It's well taken by the fullback Stuart Moore, who's been excellent all afternoon. Moore kicks that forward, and Gallagher takes that ball. Well played there by Gallagher, really good play. Counter-rucking there by Ulster, but Bath do well to protect the football. Spencer has it. Now what is the exit play going to be here? Finds Russell kicks that downfield, and that's an awkward bouncing ball, but Balakoon will wait. Balakoon takes it. He's countering now. He's tackled on halfway line in the middle of the field. Cooney, where's he giving that ball? John Cooney, as Ulster attack down that right flank now. Good attacking work. This is a cracking game of rugby, it really is. And That was just regathered there. A bit of juggling out there by Ulster, but they kept hold of vision. Billy Burns there, out to Herring. And that looked like it was forward. That was, said the referee. Scrum down, Bath ball. 52 minutes and 53 seconds gone here at the recreation ground. A point separating the teams. But I'll tell you what, it's been an even better contest than the scoreboard suggested. 15-14. It's absolutely cracking stuff, and a game that could still go absolutely either way, Martin, but some high quality rugby and some great footy.
Yeah, both teams attacking really well actually, and both similar patterns. Going a lot through the fly halves with Billy Burns and Finn Russell. Both teams trying to attack there, going that little bit wider, getting their big players into that middle area and then attacking both sides of the breakdown. So very intriguing half we've got, and as you said, a very close game given the scoreline.
Isn't it just? We've had 53 minutes and 40 seconds on the match clock, and Spencer will feed the scrummage. Rock solid again from Bath. So since the changes in the front row for Ulster, at least they've shored up the scrum. As that one now, Finn Russell there, lovely work there by Russell, cuts that ball back inside to Gallagher. Gallagher up to the 10-metre line in the Ulster half. Ulster looked to be way offside there to me, but the crowd not happy, but the referee was fine, and that's gone well taken there by Will Muir. Great take by the horse, as he's affectionately known here at the recreation ground. As Stoop carries for Bath. Good carry there by Stoop, and this time it's going to be a penalty. Good work at the breakdown by, I tell you, that was majestical work there by the South African prop Stephen Kitsoff. I tell you what, he did phenomenally well at the breakdown there. Absolutely brilliant. In and chuckled over that, and the referee was absolutely right to give the penalty to Ulster. Look at that. In, over, rock solid, and Bath holding on, not releasing. The penalty to Ulster. Billy Burns then will work the right hand touch line. Doesn't get as much distance on that as he would like, but it's a line out to Ulster. Probably 8 metres inside Bath, half far side of the field. 55 minutes and 3 seconds gone. Just a point separates the side. It's Bath 15, Ulster 14. Impossible to call at the moment, but just so enjoyable.
Absolutely, and you're right about Kitsoff. He's something he does so well for the South African team, is his defence and getting in over the ball and slowing it down. That time, great steal.
And it's a penalty to Bath here, getting in front. That you don't often see referees give that, but sometimes it's a funny thing, isn't it, when you get the line out and see your players are in front of you, and because it's clearly taken there by Henderson, but you see he's got players in front of him, and you see that happen all the time and no penalties given, and every so often a referee does give a penalty, and he did then to Bath.
Absolutely.
So,
as I said earlier, Ulster will be kicking themselves because that was a good position on the halfway line, and now Bath have kicked the corner and inside the Ulster 22.
So it will be a line out to Bath on the far side of the field, just inside Ulster's 22, and it will be their hooker and try scorer Tom Dunn to throw in to what looks like a full line-out. Bath rather slow to arrive to it. Dunn throws in. It's taken there by Charlie Ewells. Now the forwards gather around this. Quick ball from Spencer out there to Will Muir. Will Muir comes in now. Bath want quick ball here. Spencer pops it up to Reid. Reid is tackled. Good defensive work again by Ulster, but Spencer, Bath skipper, finds Thomas de Toit, the South African tight head prop, on as a replacement for Will Stewart. Abano goes out there to Finn Russell. Finn Russell puts that ball back there to well played there, Gallagher. Lovely work by Gallagher. Lovely footwork to keep the ball alive. Started going left, then going right, but he has kept it alive. Now it's Charlie Ewells carrying for Bath. Sets the ball back, and Spencer is no, that's got to be a penalty, surely. Yeah, had to be a penalty. That was rather silly there by Ulster. That ball wasn't out, and the guy came round and just picked it up. Kitsoff is saying, what was wrong with that, referee? Well, the ball wasn't out, and he came round and picked it up, and that was probably a bit of a soft penalty to give away, to be fair. Kitsoff wasn't the man offending there. There's the man offending, coming around the side there, look. Coming in at the side. It was Henderson, actually.
Definitely came in the side, and then, as you said, once the ruck is formed, the ball wasn't out. I think he went to pick it up. And again, it's just a silly penalty to give away in front of the sticks, in front of the post.
Henderson, the skipper's furious and remonstrating with the French referee, and I have to say, I've got a degree of sympathy with him. But I think on balance, I think he'd just come in from the side, and you can't do that. So it's a penalty to Bath. 23 metres out, right in front of the post. Can Spencer put Bath into a 4-point lead? He does. Spencer drills it through the uprights. 58 minutes gone. It's Bath 18, Ulster 14. Martin.
Yeah, good penalty though. Good, well struck. Although it was in front of the sticks. And gives Bath that little bit of breathing space at 18-14, but you're right, it's just a silly penalty from Ulster to give away, and Henderson hasn't put a foot wrong really today. He's played exceptionally well, and that one was I'm not sure what was going through his mind at the time, but just a soft one to give away.
Billy Burns is back, having taken a bit of a stinger, injured. He'll take the restart kick, or will John Cooney take it? No, he's passing the ball back to Billy Burns, who's just got back to his feet, having had some attention from two physios to a bit of a stinger. So he'll take a right-footed drop kick restart now. 4 points Ulster trail by, Bath leading by, as Cameron Redpath takes that. Redpath then coming out of his 22 for Bath. Spencer will just get this ball, pop it back to Barbary. Good carry there by Barbary again. Gets over the advantage line. Huge power from young Alfie Barbary, who will be impressing, I would imagine, Steve Borthwick. He'll be looking at his number 8 options, and options are plenty, I guess, ahead of the next Six Nations. And that's a high hanging kick there from Spencer, and that's well taken by the Ulster fullback Stuart Moore, who's had an impressive game. Cooney out to Billy Burns, gets it wide again into the midfield, and that's well tackled there. Good tackle on number 13, James Hulme, who's been a handful all game here at the recreation ground. And that's gone forward, and it will be a scrum down. At the moment, Bath just seem to have a little bit of ascendancy. Ulster are going to make another change. Number 20 is coming on for them. That's Matty Ray. There's an injury to number 13 as well, I think. He's just got was just been singing his praises. That was James Hulme, or Hugh. Just got a bit of a foot injury, I think. Number 22 also coming on, so Jake Flannery coming on. So whether that's ringing the changes here, there's several Ulster players appear to be struggling with cramp, but I think it's James Hulme that's down, and number 22's come on anyway, so Jake Flannery has come on, so Herring is on, Marty Moore is on, and Matty Ray is on, Cooney is on, and Flannery is on.
Well, they've got Billy Burns to come on, have they?
Billy Burns is coming off because he took a real stinger to his shoulder, and I think it's Jacob Stockdale who's getting a lot of attention. He's got cramp in his left leg, and the right boot of the 13, James Hulme, is being strapped up, and time is off the clock while all these injuries and replacements are being made. Bath have only used, I think so far, have only used one replacement, and that's, they've only brought on Thomas de Toit, so the rest of the Bath bench have yet to be used. Whereas Ulster have had to use a number of theirs now, just by way of attritional injuries. They're strapping to his right boot and ankle. So number 13, James Hulme, is fine to continue. It'll be a scrummage to Bath, right in the middle of the park, 5 metres inside the Ulsterman's half. Bath leading by 18 points to 14 in this Pool 2 round 1 match. Also at half time it was Toulouse 31, Cardiff 7 in this pool. Bath away to Cardiff next week in round 2 before it's back to the Gallagher Premiership before Christmas. And on the 23rd of December I'll be here. Bath will entertain the Harlequins, but between this match and then they're away in Cardiff in Europe next Saturday evening. Good scrummage there from Bath, and they're driving Ulster again, and the referee saying no one's to blame that time, but I think the impression the referees had, because it's the shape that Bath have given him for the whole game, the picture they have painted for the French referee in his white shirt, black shorts, Pierre Brousset, is that Bath have had the ascendancy at scrum time, Martin.
Yeah, I definitely think they have. I think they've scrummed well. I think Will Stewart's scrum well, so as Benno Urbano. And we've got Thomas Dutoit on now as well, a bit of fresh legs in there. So definitely Ulster have had to change their front row because they've just shored up a little bit. But still, even then, it was creaking. That scrum could have gone either way. In the Premiership, I probably would have given it to Bath, but we are with a French referee who slightly different interpretation around scrum time and general as well. So Bath will be looking to really, hopefully, turn the screw here.
So they've scrum again, 5 metres inside Ulster's half, middle of the park. Spencer, the Bath skipper, and 9 feeds the scrummage. Barbary holds it at 8. Now Bath getting the second surge on, and they drive again, and it's going to be a penalty to Bath. Bath scrummaging superbly, and when you look at the Ulster front row of Stephen Kitsoff, Rob Herring and Marty Moore, it's no mean front row, so that is a magnificent scrummaging from Thomas Dutoit, Tom Dunn and Benno Urbano. It's a penalty to Bath, and I think Finn Russell's talking to Ben Spencer about should you have a pop it goal and get another 3 points, or are you going to go, they're going to go for goal. I don't blame them. I think that's a very wise decision. They're going to kick for goal again. What do you think, Martin?
I think it's a good decision. The only thing that was watching just now, that I think it was one of our players put a lovely kick in, but the wind brought it back. So I don't know if he's into a win, because it is a big kick. He's just inside the Ulster half, but we know Ben Spencer has got an almighty kick on him, so not a bad option. It keeps the pressure on Ulster, and I think Bath will be pleasing that scrum is going well, and if that can keep going, they're going to get more penalties and they're going to get more pressure on Ulster.
This to put Bath into a 21 points to 14, say a 7-point advantage from their current 4-point one. Spencer then, 45 metres out, one step forward, left-footed, strikes that well, and no, the assistant referees flag stayed down, so it was wide, so it remains Bath 18, Ulster 14, but I guess it still keeps the pressure down on Ulster, who get a 22-metre dropout. Bath only 2 from 4 on the penalties, and they've missed a conversion as well, so they've missed 8 points from kicks at goal, as it were, and those can always make a big difference, can't they, those sort of things, Martin?
Yeah, they
as
can.
Bath win the ball on halfway, and that's popped back to Miles Reid. Good play by him. He's such a workhorse for Bath, is Reid. Puts the ball down. Spencer gets the ball away to Yules. Russell finds that ball out there to Sam Underhill. Good work here by Bath, and that's a penalty advantage, I think, to Bath here again. And where's that going? They're coming all the way back now. This time it should be an easier penalty, and good work by Bath, and the referee just I think giving Ulster a general warning. I think at the moment I got a feeling he was saying, hang on a minute, he's calling the skipper across. I think he's saying there's too many penalties now, and if there's too many more, I might have to get out my yellow card to match the colour of your yellow shirt and black shorts.
And I think that's right. I think if you add the amount of penalties up in the game so far, I think Ulster will be maybe shading that. So I think it's a good decision from the referee just to give him a bit of a warning.
Russell goes to the corner, and of course it was that was a good option, because from here Bath scored their second try through Dunn. Can they repeat the same dosage with a catch and drive 5 metres out, far corner? Dunn then throws in, it's taken there by Charlie Yules, comes back to Dunn driving forward. Oh, good work there by Dunn, did brilliantly to tidy that up. Now it's picked, and Bath drive again here through. Now it's is it Ollie Lawrence? Ollie Lawrence just literally a yard short of the try line, but held up there. Now Bath recycle. Urbano pops that out to Reid. Reid is tackled and driven backwards there. Good defence by Ulster, but Bath pressing for a vital another score. Just a metre or two short, having to be patient here. 5 metres to the right of the uprights, coming back towards them. They've got penalty advantage again. It could be a yellow card territory here for Ulster, but Bath still have possession. Patience is a virtue. Abano going again. Abano just right by the post now. Did they touch that down by the post? The referee says no. He's still got his arm outstretched. It's still penalty advantage to Bath. They're underneath almost the crossbar as they move it back to Spencer now to Ollie Lawrence. Lawrence is tackled. It's still penalty advantage to Bath if they can get the ball away. They can, as Spencer kicks that through. No advantage. But I think it'll be a yellow card. I think it'll have to be a yellow card this time. He'd already given the warning to Ulster. And I feel that he's just going to call the player across. I'm not sure which player it is, but there is going to be a yellow card here. He'd quite clearly given a warning to Ulster, and it is a yellow card has been given, and it's a penalty to Bath right underneath the posts. Now, what do Bath do here? They've got a man advantage. Who's coming off?
I think it was one of the substitutions. He hasn't turned around because I can't see him because he's so far away.
Is that Matty Ray, I think, is it?
It could well be.
I think it might be Matty Ray. Yeah. Not sure. Is it Matty Ray? But anyway, they're down a man, and Bath are taking the penalty. So they're taking a scrummage. So they've lost a forward. I think it's Matty Ray. So they'll have to reorganise their scrummage. They've been under pressure. This scrummage is 5 metres out. Matty Ray is who I thought it was. It is confirmed it's Matty Ray who got the yellow card. So Bath are going for the scrummage. They're 5 metres out, literally underneath the crossbar. They've had advantage at scrum time. It's a vitally important scrummage for Bath as they're looking to get the second surge on there. They get the drive on. They're driving Ulster backwards here, driving them back towards the posts. And now Finn Russell goes, oh no. It's still penalty advantage to Bath though. Another penalty to Bath. And this time I think they'll take the scrummage again.
Thought they might have kept it in there.
I would have kept it in. It looked
like they were going over
penalty
the line.
Try. I would have thought so. Yeah. So if I was them this time, I would just keep it in the scrum. It's another penalty to Bath. They'll go for the scrum again. It'll be pretty much back where they were. But it's so important now. Bath 18-14 up. This match brought to you on 5 Live Sports Extra, BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Somerset, and the BBC Sports web and app. And of course, later on this evening, in this extended Saturday Sports programme brought to you by Richard Hoskin in the studio, we'll be at Ashton Gate for Bristol's match against Lyon. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff there, and that should be another cracking game of rugby. But here at the recreation ground, 67 minutes gone, 13 to go, crowd are getting excited. Bath a man up, they're 4 points up, they're 18-14 up. Spencer to feed the scrummage, another penalty, and the referee's calling Ulster out here. He's calling Henderson. I think there'll be another yellow card if they're not careful. Bath have had a real scrummage superbly in this match, haven't they, Martin?
They have. They've done really, really well. And when you consider the strength of that Ulster pack, they've done superbly well in that area. And when you get a penalty advantage, as we saw in the first half, gives you an opportunity to obviously shift the ball, but also just the dominance that you get on the opposition. And Bath now have a great position 5 yards out to work that scrum again.
They do. So they'll scrummage again. It's 5 metres from the try line. It's literally right between the posts, almost underneath the crossbar. The all red shirts of Bath leading by 18 points to 14. They've got a man advantage, and they will scrummage again. Ben Spencer feeds the scrummage. Now Bath are going to get that scrummage going again. Now they've got them going again, and they drive towards the try line. And what's the referee decided this time? He's decided no one's to blame. It's wheeled around, but all this is counting the seconds down as the clock continues to count down here. A long way to go yet though. Still 12 minutes of this match remaining. The match clock says we've had 68 minutes and 28 seconds. We've had 73 minutes on my stopwatch, but that's irrelevant. The match clock is the one that matters. 68:37 it says, as they will go again. Martin, how important is it for Bath to come away with points this time around?
Massive. They've had 3 good scrums on the line, a couple of penalties. This is an area, like, if you're going to win these games in the European Cup, you get an opportunity like this. This is where you've got to take the advantage.
So they will engage. Now they engage. Now Spencer feeds the scrummage. Now Bath are going to go for that second surge again. Now it's Barbary driving away from the base of the scrum. Barbary almost up to the try line. Bath going ahead there through to the top. Yes, they've scored! They've scored that vital third try. Will that be the match winner? And was that Thomas de Toit? I'm not sure who was the try scorer, but Bath have scored it. We said they had to because they had that ascendancy, they had that pressure, and I've got a feeling that might be Thomas de Toit, the South African, who's been such a revelation since he came there. Great drive. It was de Toit. I thought it was Thomas de Toit with Bath's try. So that try for Bath after 29 minutes of the half. De Toit, the try scorer. And the conversion ought to be, dare I say it, fairly straightforward, as Bath are going to make a second substitution. On comes number 19, GJ Van Veltzer, and he's coming on, and Miles Reid, who's been phenomenal for me. Also Niall Annett is coming off, and Beno Abano coming off. So Bath making 3 substitutions. I tell you what, rapturous applause there for Reid and Dunn as the extras are converted there by Spencer. So it's now Bath 25, Ulster 14. Is that the match winner, Martin?
I think it might well be. Very, very important score that, as we said, and no wonder the crowd really gave the substitutions and Beno Abano coming off. Tom Dunn coming off, because they did a phenomenal job in the scrum today. They played very, very well.
Well, that's a terrible restart out on the full, and that means they come all the way back to the halfway line for Bath to be very delighted to be scrummaging. And well, I guess Bath will be looking for the 4th try bonus point if they possibly could now. 71 minutes gone, they lead by 25 points to 14. 3 tries, 2 conversions, 2 penalties from 4 attempts. The Ulstermen a brace of tries in 2 minutes, both converted in that first half. They led 14-8 at half time, but Bath dominant in this second half in their all red strip, their European strip, as Ulster are going to bring on number 17, Andrew Warwick, and off is going to come off their South African Stephen Kitsoff. He'll be disappointed, not a winning start in Europe it would appear for him in the Ulster shirt, but Bath will be pleased, but they've still got to finish the job. There's 9 minutes to go. 9 points separating, 11 points I should say. My maths is awful, Martin. God, for an accountant it's pretty shabby, isn't it, mate? Can't work out the difference between 25 and 14. It's 11 point difference. 11 points advantage to Bath. They could do with a 4th try bonus point now. That could be important in this pool. They're scrummaging again really well. They've still got the extra man while Russell comes out there to Lawrence. Lawrence, oh, wonderful play there by Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence out to Thokanasiga. Oh, yes! 4th try bonus point. His second try. Joe Thokanasiga. Wonderful score from Bath. Off first phase possession from the scrum on the halfway line. Majestic.
Fantastic try. Not just from the scrum, because the scrum was really, really solid, but just Finn Russell, the timing of him coming onto the ball. I mean, you're supposed to stay within, I think, 5 yards of the scrum as a back, but as he comes onto the ball, he just brings defenders in. Ollie Lawrence gives him a bit of space to make that break and hand off, and then Joe was on the outside, and then again, superb try. Just great momentum, great running from the backs, and all started again with the platform from the scrum.
So can Ben Spencer add the extras? It's definitely a match won now for Bath as Jacko Zia comes on to replace Alfie Barbary. Listen to the cheers for young Alfie Barbary. He's had a good day at the office. I think he has.
He's done very well today, especially go forward. When he can introduce and have an impact as he has with 4 or 5 defenders hanging off him all the time, it opens up space, and he's just phenomenal with the gain line.
So Ben Spencer then with the conversion, 10 metres in from the right hand touchline, left footed, pushes it across the face of the upright, so he doesn't get that. But the scoreboard does now read Bath 30, Ulster 14, so 16 points difference, so more than 2 converted tries, the difference between the sides. And one would think with 7 minutes left, that should be game, set and match to Bath, and they've wrapped up a bonus point, which, given they were losing 14-8 at half-time, is a pretty good achievement. That they basically stuck to their processes and done everything you said they should do, Martin, at half-time, just to keep doing what they were doing in the first half and trust to their systems, trust to the processes. It all sounds very cliche because it's what coaches and directors of rugby say every week, but it's worked.
Yeah, it has, and I think tactically there was nothing wrong with what they did in the first half. So, sometimes you have to change your game at half-time and do things slightly differently, but what they did in the first half was working, and they've reaped their rewards, especially as you mentioned at the start of the programme. The strength of the bench is really important, and I think the Bath bench now coming on in this last 10 minutes has again you haven't seen any dip off in performance.
You haven't. It's been really strong stuff from Bath, and Elliot Stooke there working like a Trojan in the midfield, putting the tackles in. There's a good tackle there again by Cammy Redpath, and Jacko Kitsia there did well, and forcing Ulster really to run backwards rather than forwards, which is never a good thing to do. So they've still got possession, but they've actually gone 10 yards backwards, but they still have possession. That's good work there again. Had a good play there by McCluskey, holding on to the ball, gets it out there to Marty Moore. Now what are they going to do here as they go out wide? They kick that into space, but that's Gallagher. Oh, well played by Gallagher. Clever kick downfield, and where's that going to bounce? It bounces there for Ulster, having to throw the ball. Balakoon gets that one away. Now he's well tackled, and this is where it gets dangerous because Ulster have got no choice now but to go for everything, and but that could lead to scores, but it might lead to yet more points for Bath as they fling the ball around and Bath keep their shape. Ulster in their own 22 trying to get out of it, and but Bath putting the hits in, forcing Ulster to stay in their 22. Ulster reluctant to kick the ball away, and Bath have won that. Ben Spencer grabs that through, and that taken back. I think that was taken back into his own in-goal area, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, but great play from Bath. I mean, great Ulster were trying to just find an opening, and just really didn't go anywhere. So many phases, and Bath just again were very patient.
Taken into his own in-goal area. The referee maybe just talking to Henderson. Schroeder coming on at number 21. So Bath are going to empty their bench now, I think, that's for sure. Off comes Ben Spencer, and the referee still talking to Ulster. Off comes Spencer, off comes Russell. So Orlando Bailey and Schroeder coming on, and Will Butt coming on as well. So Bath taking off, bringing on all their replacements, and it is a scrummage, just as I thought it was. They took it back into their own in-goal area, scrummage to Bath.
Yes, good spot from here.
Eagle-eyed. Just a guess. Yes. So it'll be a scrummage. Bath have emptied their bench then. Schroeder, Orlando Bailey and Will Butt coming on, and they're replacing Ben Spencer, Finn Russell and Ollie Lawrence, who have done their day at the office, and they will next take to the field at 8 o'clock in Cardiff in the Principality next Saturday in round 2 of this Pool 2 match. So it'll be a scrummage to Bath in that far left-hand corner of the ground. There's only 2.5 minutes just over to go here. Bath leading by 30 points, and now Schroeder picks that ball away, gets away. Can he get over the try line? Almost. Bath trying to get the 5th try here. Can they do that? That would be quite remarkable if they did. They're going again. close to the line, and the referee says held up. I think the referee's saying held up, so I think it'll be a dropout from behind their own goalpost. That is exactly what the French referee Pierre Brousset is saying. Held up, no fifth try for Bath, dropout for Ulster. But there's only less than 2 minutes on the match clock to go. Who would be your man of the match? I always think it's an interesting thing, Martin. TV will always pick somebody, but who would you have had here?
I think the front row have done very, very well. I think Will Stewart, Ben Urbano's done well. I think the backs have played very well. Finn Russell's dictated a lot of good stuff as well. So it's a difficult one. Alfie Barbary.
Oh, look at this from Bath. Away they go again. Is this going to be the fifth try? Oh, stopped just short of the line, but it's going to go out wide. It is a fifth try for Bath. And who's the scorer there in at the corner? Well, absolutely. I tell you what, the replacements have come off, determined to show anything you can do, we can finish just as well. And I think that try has gone to Matt Gallagher. Yeah, Matt Gallagher, I think it was. And that's absolutely great stuff, because that's 39 minutes gone. Try 5, Matt Gallagher. Well, what a finish. Is this Bath's best afternoon in Europe? Probably since winning the competition all those years ago. I can't think of because I know they've won the Challenge Cup on one occasion, but they have been rather dire in Europe for a decade or more. This has to be Bath's best performance in Europe for a very, very long time, and it comes just at the point in time when everything appears to be on the up. I was talking to Tarquin McDonald, the CEO here at Bath, before the game. He was delighted with what's going on the field, talking about how brilliantly Johan van Graan and his coaching team are doing and building something here, and of course hoping and confident that the planning permission will be granted for the new 18,000 stadium here fairly soon. Look at what the economic benefit it brings to the city as Orlando Bailey, oh yes, Orlando Bailey converts from the touchline with the final kick of the game. Well, Bath win here handsomely by 37 points to 14. Ulster didn't score a point in the second half, and Bath scored 29. What about that, Martin? 29-0 second half. A brilliant performance from Bath. That has to be their best performance in Europe for as long as I can remember, and we've been watching an awful long time between us, Martin, probably all the way back to the final in Bordeaux all those many, many years ago. But that was a belter. Your thoughts, Martin Haag, on that fantastic round 1 Pool 2 victory for Bath against the Ulstermen? Final score 37-14, 5 tries to Bath, 3 converted, 3 penalties, a brace of tries converted from Ulster, who didn't have a point to show for it in the second half. Martin?
Yeah, great second half from Bath, and I think that's for me, watching last week's Exeter game, exactly what happened. Close game at half time, came out, really turned the screw, and I think that's what Bath did today. I thought the pack were outstanding, put us into some great positions, got some penalties from scrum time, which suddenly gives you territory and possession into the game, and I thought the backs were superb. The lines of running, the pace that they're coming onto the ball, move the ball very, very well. But the most pleasing thing is that ruthless streak, which we've not seen from Bath for a long, long, long time, And today, I think in that second half, they never let off. They kept going forward. They kept pushing. They kept possession, kept territory, and to score those 3 or 4 tries, in that second half were outstanding. Really good performance and a really good attitude. The way they went about their work today, superb.
It really was cracking stuff, and that was really top draw European rugby. We said what a good game it was in the first half, perhaps a little one-sided in the second, but boy, 5 tries, Bath winning by 37 points to 14, and they'll go to Cardiff now in fine, confident form. It's always difficult on the road, but if they could get a win there, then 2 from 2, and then next up would be Racing 92. What a prospect here. But what a game, and what a final score here. Final score here then at the recreation ground was Bath 37, Ulster 14, as we return you to the wider network and Richard Hoskin in the studio.